The bear's autumn lullaby. The air in the forest had changed. It was the kind of change that Sun Bear felt in his bones before he even smelled it on the wind. The fierce green of summer was softening, bleeding into gold and ruby and amber. The sun, once a relentless tyrant in the sky, now hung lower, casting long, lazy shadows that felt like a cozy blanket settling over the world. In their den, a spacious cavern tucked behind a waterfall of fiery maple leaves, the bear family was preparing. Papa Bear's voice was a low, steady rumble, like distant thunder. "The great sleep for the great sleep is not a nap, son," he said, patting his enormous belly, now full of autumn berries and fish. "It is a journey, a long, quiet journey deep inside yourself." Sun Bear tried to understand, but a restless energy fizzed in his paws. A whole season of sleep, while the world outside crunched and crackled with exciting possibilities? He watched Mama Bear, her movements calm and purposeful as she gathered the softest moss and dried ferns to line the sleeping nooks. She hummed an old, humming song, a melody that smelled of honey and pine. "Will we dream?" Sun Bear asked, shuffling his feet. Sister Bear, who was a year older and therefore an expert on everything, rolled her eyes. "Of course we'll dream, silly. We'll dream of spring. Now help me arrange these pine cones. My spot needs to be the most comfortable." Papa Bear announced it was time for the last walk, a tradition to say goodbye to the waking world. They ambled through the forest, a formidable parade of fur. Papa led, a mighty silhouette against the setting sun. Mama followed, her eyes missing no detail, from a last cluster of blackberries to a patch of thyme she'd remember for spring. Sister Bear walked proudly beside her, already practicing her sleepy yawn. But Sun Bear lagged behind. He wasn't ready for goodbyes. He saw Squirrel, a whirlwind of frantic energy, stuffing the last of his acorns into a hollow oak. "No time to talk, Bear." "Winter is coming," he chattered and vanished. He saw V of geese, their honks sounding like sad, echoing farewells. The world was busy closing its doors, and Sun Bear felt a pang of loneliness. He didn't want to close his eyes. He wanted to see the first frost paint patterns on the leaves. He wanted to hear the trees groan under the weight of snow. That night, as his family settled into the den, the feeling grew. Papa Bear was already snoring, a deep, seismic sound that shook the cave floor. Mama Bear had curled around Sister Bear, who was fast asleep, a smile on her muzzle. The den was warm and safe, filled with the smell of his family, a scent more comforting than anything. But Sun Bear was wide awake. He crept to the mouth of the den. The moon was a sharp silver claw in the sky, and the world was painted in shades of blue and black. It was beautiful, but it was also quiet. Too quiet. The kind of quiet that made him feel very, very small. A cold fear, sharper than the autumn air, prickled his skin. What if he was the only one awake in the whole forest? What if he never fell asleep? What if the dreams didn't come? A large, warm presence settled beside him. It was Mama Bear. She didn't say anything, just sat with him, her shoulder touching his, sharing her warmth. "I'm not sleepy, Mama," he whispered, his voice trembling. "And I'm a little scared." Mama Bear nuzzled the top of his head. "The bravest bears are often a little scared before the great sleep," she said softly. "It's a big thing to trust the world to go on without you for a while. But what if I miss something?" "You won't miss it, my dear," she murmured. "You'll carry it with you. You'll carry the crunch of these leaves, the taste of the last honeycomb, the sound of Papa's snoring, and the feel of this very night. All of it will become part of your dreams. And when you wake, it will be a part of you, making you stronger for the new spring. She began to hum her humming song, the one that smelled of honey and pine. As she hummed, Sun Bear looked out at the forest again. The silence wasn't empty anymore. It was peaceful. The moon wasn't cold. It was a gentle nightlight. The world wasn't leaving him behind. It was tucking him in. He thought of the stored acorns, the sleeping squirrels, the migrating geese. They were all part of the same big, quiet rhythm. And he was, too. Leaning against Mama Bear, he felt his eyelids grow heavy. The fizzing energy in his paws softened into a warm, heavy contentment. The great sleep wasn't something to fight. It was something to fall into, like falling into Mama's arms. He gave one last look at the star-dusted, silent world, then turned and followed his mother deeper into the den. He found his spot, curled up on the soft moss, and listened to the symphony of his family's breathing. Papa's rumble, Sister's light whistle, Mama's soft sigh. Sun Bear took a deep breath, filled his lungs with the scent of home, and closed his eyes. He wasn't scared anymore. He was ready for the long, quiet journey. And as he drifted off, he was already dreaming of a forest floor covered in a million crunchy golden leaves, just waiting for him to explore in the spring. The moral: it's okay to be scared of change, but there is nothing to fear. Just like the bears sleep through winter to wake up strong for spring, sometimes a little rest is exactly what we need to grow. Even when we close our eyes, the world is getting us ready for wonderful new adventures. May the starlight weave through your dreams and the moon sing your worries a lullaby. Good night, little stars.